Hey everyone, this is Ravenous Explorer Animation Bliss, and welcome to another Spotlight Cartoon Corner. So today's Spotlight cartoon we talk about today is The Land Before Time. And before I get into my thoughts about this movie, I would like to remind everyone that new videos will be posted up every Sunday and Monday. If you haven't seen the videos posted up during the week, that must mean there was a bit of anime news released during the week that we wanted to cover, so those will be considered special videos. And now let's get into this review of The Land Before Time. So, The Land Before Time was another film that was directed by Don Bluth and has Steven Spielberg working on it. And basically, the film starts off with a young dinosaur named Littlefoot who was living happily with his parents up until a Tyrannosaurus Rex comes in and starts fighting with Littlefoot's mother when it tried to eat Littlefoot and Sarah, who's a young Triceratops. And the Tyrannosaurus Rex ends up killing Littlefoot's mother. And at the same time, to make matters worse, an earthquake happens and it ends up separating all the young dinosaurs away from their parents. And before Littlefoot's mother dies, she ends up telling Littlefoot, you need to get to the Great Valley so you could be there to be safe. And so Littlefoot decides to go on this journey with the other dinosaurs named Sarah, Ducky, Petrie, and Spike, and they all end up going on this journey together to go to the Great Valley while avoiding the Tyrannosaurus Rex at the same time. So what are my thoughts about this movie? I really enjoyed this movie. I think it's another one of Don Bluth's best works. I like how the movie was animated and I love the songs being done with this movie. James Horner as usual has done a great job with the music for this movie. It just sounds so beautiful and haunting at some parts, and I really like that aspect of this movie. And the animation by Don Bluth was very well done as well. I like the characters move so realistically and it's done in the usual Don Bluth way. Excuse me. But what I like the most about this movie is the story. Like, I like the fact that the story is about young dinosaurs, or in this case, young kids, being put into a perilous situation, and they have to go through a lot of troubling situations just to get to the Great Valley. And I like how realistic the film is being when they have young kids being put into a dangerous situation, and you get to see each of these kids react to the situation in various ways. Like get to see how Littlefoot is like usually crying throughout the film because he's upset about his mother's death and he wants it to be with his mom so badly, but he also knows that his mother is gone, his mother's dead, so he can't see her again. And you get to see how upset Littlefoot is about all that, and it's parallels so well with real life about how little kids feel when their own parents excuse me, on their own loved ones get taken away from them and they just don't know how to deal with it, or they get really upset about it. And it shows that so accurately with Littlefoot's betrayal with the whole situation about how he's upset about his mother dying and how he wants to see his mother again. And then you get to see how the kids are trying to deal with the situation of being on their own without the parents. You get to see them like getting upset, and they're like wondering to themselves, what are we going to do? How are we going to get to the Great Valley by ourselves without our parents being there? And you get to see the kids be all upset, and you get to see them like not knowing what to do at a certain point. And I like how the film realistically portrays all that, because that's what little kids would do in real life if they're put into a situation that they're not aware of or they weren't trained for. And you get to see how kids would probably be so upset doing these situations, or even worse, just get so traumatized by the situations that happen. Like, you get to see how, even though Littlefoot is like traumatized by his mother's death, he's like, I got to get to the Great Valley because my mom wanted me to get to the Great Valley, so I'm going to do everything I can to get to the Great Valley, despite the fact that my mom's not there anymore to be with me. And so you get to see all these emotions play out with all these young kids and how they're trying to deal with trying to go to the Great Valley by themselves while trying to deal with all these emotions about not being with their parents anymore. And I really like how this film like showcases all of that. And I think the film did a really good job with all of that. And that's what I love so much about this film, is how it shows how young kids would feel if they're being put into a dangerous situation, and the emotions they go through when they get into those situations. So overall, I really enjoyed The Land Before Time. I do think it's one of Don Bluth's best works. If you're a huge fan of dinosaur movies, you'll definitely enjoy this movie. And I will admit, I was kind of like, why are you making all these sequels? Like, The Land Before Time has so many sequels afterwards, and I never understood why they wanted to make so many sequels of The Land Before Time when a TV series would be more appropriate. But that's just my thoughts about all of this. But overall, The Land Before Time is a great movie. You definitely should check it out, especially if you're a huge Don Bluth fan, or if you love dinosaurs in general, or you just want to watch movies that deal with little kids being put into dangerous situations situations and seeing how they deal with all those dangerous situations. So that's my review on The Land Before Time. And let me know in the comments down below. Have you seen The Land Before Time? And if you have, did you like the movie? Did you hate the movie? Do you think that the movie shouldn't have all those sequels that came afterwards? Or do you think it was okay to have those sequels? Please let me know in the comments down below. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter so we can keep you updated on any new videos we post up. And also, like our Facebook page. And also, join our new Facebook group called Chat with Animation Bliss. And basically there we talk about animation with different people who love animation in general, and we could talk about like animation news or animated TV movies and shows. And just please feel free to join the group, and I will leave a link to the group in the description box below. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is Rabbit's blog Animation Bliss, and I'll see you later. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. Love the wonderful world of animation? Then please feel free to subscribe to this channel to check out more animation news, reviews, and discussions. Thanks for the support, and stay happy, animation fans.